Hello and welcome back to CTRL-AC. My name is Cole.
And I'm Andrew. CTRL-AC is the podcast where we talk about price to performance.
Oh, by the way, it's been a minute since we recorded. It's probably been over a month.
Yeah, we're kind of doing like an episode a month is the goal because we both kind of don't live close to each other anymore.
Yeah.
So we're going to aim for an episode a month, and then like during the summer we'll ramp it up. But we have a lot of stuff this week starting with.
So I'm sure most of you listening have at least heard of the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight. We're not even going to talk about personal thoughts on that, but
was it rigged?
No comment. Yes. So it was streamed on Netflix with Netflix trying out its new like live streaming capabilities, and you can tell they were testing out their new live streaming capabilities. It was bad for most people.
To my knowledge, this is the first time anything has been streamed on Netflix like this. Mm-hmm. And it just, for everyone, it didn't load quickly. It would go down to like 144p. It would just crash and send you back to the Netflix homepage. Yeah. You'd get the little spinny thing. I just thought it was my Wi-Fi at first. And then I went on Twitter and everyone was saying, this just isn't working. It was complete disaster.
It was terrible.
Somehow they figured it out like right before the fight started. Like the whole first 3 fights were terrible. And then like as they were walking into the ring, they figured it out and the rest was fine.
It was just magically okay.
Yeah. Like some intern was like scrambling to come up with a solution and somehow got it as the fight was starting. But there were, I think, over 60 million concurrent viewers. That's a lot.
That's a lot
of viewers. For reference, the Super Bowl is usually around 120 million. Yeah. So half as many people as the Super Bowl is still a lot of people watching.
60 million is a very large number too. How many Netflix subscribers are there?
282 million. So a big chunk of those.
So a quarter of all Netflix users were watching it at the same time.
More context, the most viewed regular season NFL game this season was Bills and Chiefs on CBS, and that was 31 million viewers.
Double that.
Twice as many viewers as the most watched NFL game this season. So Netflix, I mean, I guess I expected there to be hiccups, because if you don't do live sports streaming and then you get 60 million people jumping on your server at the same time, you kind of expect it.
They just don't have the infrastructure, or I guess they didn't have the infrastructure for it, and then they just had to allocate everything correctly halfway through the fight. So
if those 60 million people though all started streaming, like what's a current Netflix show? Outer Banks season, whatever the new one is. If they all started streaming that, I'm sure it would have been fine. Mm-hmm. For some reason, the live thing just did not work. But everything was Netflix branded too. I don't know if you watched the fight.
No, I didn't watch it. I've been like watching clips of it.
Okay, well there was Netflix branding on the mics and the set, and they had it was good, up until like, the buffering, and the idea was good.
The getting kicked out of Netflix.
Yeah, and then Netflix is going to be streaming, I think, 2 NFL games on Christmas Day. So Netflix got the biggest fight like of the past couple decades, and then NFL games. So if the most watched NFL game of the season was half as many people as the Paul Tyson fight, the Christmas NFL games should be fine.
Should be fine.
Hopefully they can do that.
Hot take is Netflix becoming a larger monopoly with live streaming now.
Yeah, that's kind of a logical like next step though. Like for all these streaming companies, like all of these companies have humongous streaming cloud infrastructures. Like why not just stream stuff live? Makes sense.
Pretty much. Speaking of monopolies, everybody uses Google. You use Google. I use Google. We all use Google Chrome. So the DOJ has just announced that they are going to force Google Alphabet to sell the Chrome browser.
So we covered the DOJ Apple trial extensively. them alleging like basically the whole company is a monopoly.
Yeah.
And they went around and sued Google. Were they the ones that sued Google for the Epic trial?
I don't remember. I think Epic sued Google.
Okay, I didn't know if the DOJ was involved like
I don't
in
remember.
some way, but yeah, they're saying that Chrome has to be broken up. Like Google has to sell off Chrome.
Which is going to cause a lot of problems because a lot of browsers use Chromium.
Yeah, all of that like control is now going to be under another company.
So Mozilla, Firefox, they're going to go down.
Oh, yeah.
They use Chromium as their base.
So Google's going to appeal this. I don't think it like will be put into effect now.
I highly doubt it, or it's going to be really unnoticeable.
The valuation of Chrome from what I've seen is around 20 billion.
Crazy what happens when you have such a good product you get sued for how good it is.
Pretty much. That's the whole Apple case. The DOJ is like the products work too well together.
Yeah.
And Apple's like everyone has an iPhone because like it's a good product.
Right.
Like we're not trying to make a monopoly. We just made a good product.
We just made a good. Sorry, it won't happen again. We'll create subpar products.
Hold on. Is Chrome a good product?
For efficiency, yes.
What kind of efficiency?
Not RAM.
Like working efficiency, not your computer's
It's very
efficiency.
organized. It's very what is the word I'm looking for? It's very intuitive. Chrome is very intuitive, especially to a new user.
I can't leave it.
Me neither.
I can't use Safari.
I
can't
switched
use
to
Arc.
Opera GX on my PC for a while just because of the like optimization features, because I had an old Dell that I just threw a graphics card in and called it a day. But it was just okay. Like it's a cool browser, but having everything synced from my laptop to my phone to my PC is such a better experience.
Right.
Like bookmarks, the what are they called? The favorites. What are they called? The shortcuts.
Yeah. Or even
passwords,
like
everything.
just clicking the new tab and then having that little like Gmail button right there. That's like that's huge. But I frequently get the little clean my Mac X pop up that says your battery is draining rapidly.
Yep, all the time. Pretty much every
That
time
is
I use it.
Chrome. So if Google sells Chrome, I don't know who would imagine if Apple bought Chrome. After all of the talks of them building like a search engine,
Yeah.
they just own Chrome and put the Apple search engine.
The only other thing I could think of is Microsoft.
Yeah, just kill Bing completely and run. That'd be crazy though.
Bing is bad. It is not even close to Chrome.
I think the number one search on Bing still remains Chrome.
It is. It's at least top 5.
Every new Windows PC user just searches Chrome. That's the
Sometimes
one
I
search.
skip opening Microsoft Edge and just type it in the taskbar, search bar. And just download it straight from there.
Won't even give them the little extra bit
Nope.
of. Yeah. So Tyson Paul fight did not work out. Google may have to sell Chrome.
Yep. But speaking of monopolies, yet again, apparently. So Apple just dropped some new Macs. That's always a good time.
Yeah, not a whole lot of crazy stuff except for the Mac Mini, which I love now.
This thing is me and you both will preach this until we die. The Mac Mini is the best bang for your buck Apple computer you can buy.
It already was, and now it just like...
It's even better. Base at 16 gigs of RAM now. Still 250 gigs of storage.
Should we just start with Mac Mini?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mac Mini has a new design and M4.
Yep.
So M4 chip brings Apple intelligence upgrades, neural engine. It's a new M chip. So like small upgrades in every category, nothing crazy huge. What we've come to expect from like the next Apple Silicon chip. But the size of the Mac Mini, it looks exactly like a Mac Studio now. It copied that same design. So it has like the grill on the bottom. It's slightly raised.
It's thinner though, yeah.
I don't know if I think it's not.
The aluminum body is thinner.
It is a perfect little square. It is 5 inches by 5 inches.
That's crazy.
It is insanely small. It fits on the little mount for the what's it called? Studio display. Like the stand for it.
Yeah.
That little flat. It's 5.
That's awesome.
It's just larger than an Apple TV box.
Oh, whoa.
It's insane.
That's tiny.
It's really tiny.
I haven't seen them in person. I just kind of imagine.
I haven't either, but
That
it's
is
like
tiny.
5 inches by 5. It's half a ruler.
Imagine they make like another What? So you remember the MacBook, not the Air, not the Pro.
Yeah,
just
the 12-inch MacBook.
Yeah. What if they made that with this chip in it? M4 MacBook.
The MacBook Mini.
Like an 11. Oh my gosh. Like just like a Chromebook type, like the Razer book.
They need to make a plastic MacBook that's like $599 or something
Those would
crazy like that.
sell.
Every parent on earth.
Every school.
Yeah. Make it like colored, like the 5C. Give it like fun MacBook colors.
Or you could do like the transparent plastic from like the iMac G3s.
That would sell. So there would be people on TikTok buying that over a MacBook Pro.
Oh yeah, honestly, I would probably
just because of the color. So Mac Mini, crazy small form factor. The front of it, just like the Mac Studio, has USB-C ports in the front. So we have 2 USB-C ports and a headphone jack. And then on the back, we have 3 Thunderbolt, HDMI, and Ethernet, and then the power cable. So it has a whole advanced cooling system. It draws air in from the bottom, and then it kind of like goes up in an S pattern, like around the whole internals. So it says cooling shouldn't be a problem. There's a picture on the website of the Mac Mini next to the studio display mount. It is so small.
Huh. Imagine they just like make a little cutout in that.
Yeah.
For the cables.
Like it's genuinely incredible. The price. This is the craziest thing about it. So the base spec, cheapest one you get, 10-core CPU and GPU, M4 chip, which is really, really fast. More power than most normal people could ever use. 16 gigs of RAM.
Which is a bump.
In the base model. Yeah. All Macs are now 16 gigs of RAM.
Finally.
256 gigs of storage, which is,
just okay.
Fine. And then you get Apple Intelligence and all of that. $599.
So if you're a LTT viewer, you will know that they did a WAN show where they compared the price of a brand new Mac Mini to a brand new PC, a fully spec'd Mac Mini and a base model Mac Mini. The base model Mac Mini absolutely shredded the spec list for the $600 PC.
Yeah.
Because with that, you have to make compromises, right? You have to either go full hard CPU, full hard GPU, little slow RAM, small SSD, little bit of features on the motherboard, no integrated Wi-Fi, cheap looking case, stock cooler, right?
Right.
But compare that to a $600 Mac Mini, you will outperform that in everything. Gaming, productivity, power consumption, literally everything. That's another thing to keep in mind too. These pull 320 watts?
The power per watt is so good.
It's insane. But now for the Max spec, which is 24 gigs of RAM, a terabyte of storage, and the upgraded CPU, right?
Max spec of the Mac Mini?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's at $1099?
The max spec is $14.99. The max base config is $14, but you can upgrade everything individually to make it more.
$14.99?
$13.99 for
the Mac Mini?
Yeah, the preset highest config, but you can click that and then spec everything up more.
So for the pre-spec'd max spec Mac Mini, $1,400 will get you a baller PC that will outperform that.
Yeah,
in every category.
The upgrades on the Mac Mini are still insane. So you pick the base one. 16 to 24 gigs of RAM is $200.
Hey, you know how much an 8 gig NAND chip flash costs?
Nothing.
17 cents.
Yeah,
17 cents. Not even a quarter.
No, it's $200 actually.
You're right. The engineering.
$200. And then 256 gigs to 512 is $200. So that's when it starts getting. If you just do RAM boost, storage boost, now you're at $1,000.
Which is crazy.
But the base configuration.
The base model is crazy.
What CPU do you need, raw Cinebench score, to outperform an M4?
14700K.
How much is just that?
Or an 8900X3D.
How much is just that CPU?
700.
Yeah,
maybe 500.
This deal is insane.
Yeah.
With the student education deal, it's $499
and a free pair of AirPods.
Yeah. It's $499.
Insane.
For an M4 chip. You can't get an old Intel Mac for well, you probably can't for $499, but Like that's crazy.
It's a pretty good deal.
There is no better home computer than a base Mac Mini and a Best Buy monitor.
Yeah, pretty much. No, studio display. You need it. It is a must.
Right. Even in the keynote, they were like, the $600 Mac Mini pairs very well with the $1,799, $1,800 display. Your display should not be more than your computer. If you have that kind of money, get yourself a Mac Studio.
Speaking of more Macs, we've got MacBook Pro.
MacBook Pro is pretty easy.
Pretty basic.
The MacBook Pros that we all love. They're incredible computers. Has M4 now. So, great.
Same with the iMac.
Starts with 16 gigs of RAM across the board.
Yep.
Now, we actually have another incredible deal here. So the base MacBook Pro with the M3 MacBook Pros, they put the normal M3 chip in the 14-inch body. So before M1 and M2, it was just the Pro and Max variants of the M1 and 2 chips in the in the $2,000 14-inch and the $2,500 16-inch. But now you can get a 14-inch with just an M3 or M4 chip, starting with the M3.
Mm-hmm.
So the base MacBook Pro has an M4 chip, 16 gigs of RAM, and half a terabyte of storage for $1,600. That's a really good deal.
It really is.
With the incredible display and all of that stuff. That is a really solid spec for $1,599. My M2 Air with 16 gigs of RAM was only $200 less than that. Like that would have been nice. Again, once you start upgrading it, then it kind of like loses its, great deal value. We do also have a new upgrade that you can get on the MacBook Pro. It is a nano texture matte display option.
Now, we had the anti-glare display coating back in 2010?
Yeah.
And pretty much from 2005 to 2013, I think it was a thing. It was an optional. Came on the iMac G4s, the one with the cool swivel arm.
Yeah.
The one that everybody does the resto mod on because it's sick. And it was on a bunch of MacBook Airs. So this is the first kind of like textured glass that we've had in a minute.
We had it on the Pro Display XDR.
That doesn't count.
So you can, how much was that to upgrade let's look, Pro Display XDR. Let's go ahead and buy one real quick. Okay, so the standard glass Pro Display is $5,000, nano texture was $6,000, so it was an extra $1,000. On the MacBook Pros, it's an extra $150. I would 100% get that. Matte displays are very nice.
They are nice, but I don't know if I would do that.
Does it hurt color accuracy at all?
I don't know, off the top of my head.
My monitor is a matte display, though, and I quite like it. There's significantly more glare on my MacBook screen than my LG monitor screen. And then iMac gets the M4 chip.
My grandparents both just bought some.
Apple Silicon iMac?
Mm-hmm. Both M4 iMacs.
What color?
I don't know.
Did they get a fun color, like yellow?
I think they got blue.
Like the yellow kitchen iMac in the commercial. They just bought the brand new one?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
They just bought it like a week ago.
Very nice.
Speaking of Apple, yet again, we're going to be on the Apple train for a minute.
There's a lot of Apple news.
A lot of Apple news. So, Apple has their HomePod. It's just okay. But now they're having a AI-powered smart home device.
Mark Gurman has a tweet that talks about a bunch of stuff regarding the Apple Home device. He basically says that this focuses on Siri communication and home control. So it is supposed to be a HomePod with a screen, basically. He said it runs Safari, Music, Notes, and several other apps, but no App Store. The device is touch, but will mostly be operated by voice through Apple Intelligence's new App Intense feature.
So it's an Amazon Echo Show.
Yeah, HomePod with a screen.
But an Apple device. He
said it's a new OS that is a blend of watchOS and iOS standby mode. So you can kind of picture what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that just means like bubbly apps from the watch mixed with like widgets floating.
It'll probably be something like that. Or maybe like a Big Sur like home screen with all the widgets.
Like with the time floating.
Yeah.
And then, He said size is about 2 iPhones side by side with roughly a 6-inch screen. It has speakers, FaceTime, camera, a battery. Apple's working on wall attachments plus a speaker base for desks, tables, kitchens, nightstands. Heavy security focus as well as video, audio, intercom for homes with multiple Apple devices. So we saw this in the HomePod Mini. You could talk through your HomePod Mini and be like, tell the whole house, something, and then it would like relay your voice to the whole house. So this will have that. Home screen is customizable with widgets, tapping into video doorbells, video cameras, gets security alerts, and then the bottom sentence is the biggest news. So all of that right there is cool. Touchscreen HomePod, new OS, cool. Like Home OS, maybe they call it that. That's my bet, Home OS.
Probably.
That would be cool. I would buy one of those over a HomePod, maybe. That seems like a cool concept. The final sentence. Apple is already working on a higher-end version with a robotic limb and an AI-based personality. This is still years away, and the idea is an AI companion in your home or workspace.
I guess the only thing I can really say is we'll see. We'll see if it's good. I mean, it's going to have to outperform the other smart home assistants that we have already, like the Facebook thing that died.
The Meta portal.
Yeah.
I would, I guess, trust an Apple smart robot companion over like a Tesla Optimus bot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not letting an Optimus bot anywhere close to my house.
No.
I don't know if I want, like, this seems fine. Like a screen HomePod. I would buy that for my house. I don't know if I want it on a robotic limb.
Robotic limb, no, but maybe like an adjustable arm.
They said AI robotic limb.
It's got like a camera. It's just like, hello.
You're just standing somewhere and you say, what's the weather? And it just shoves it in your face.
It like extends like, whoa.
If it extended, that would be creepy. Put one by your front door. Have it whack people as they come in. Home intruder deterrent. Apple is also reportedly possibly launching a smart security camera in 2026. This is from The Verge. Ming-Chi Kuo, who's pretty accurate at this stuff, said that they plan to start production of a home camera in 2026, aim to sell over 10 million units a year. Kuo said that their camera is designed to integrate seamlessly with other Apple hardware products via wireless connectivity, and speculates it will integrate deeply with Apple Intelligence. This is awesome. We have Ring cameras. The app is horrible.
Very.
Do y'all have Ring cameras?
We have Vivint, which is worse.
Okay. The Ring app is a not good experience.
No home security apps are a good experience. No. Don't even breathe in. No home security apps are good. No camera apps are good. No desktop camera apps are good. They are all garbage.
The Logitech video doorbell syncs with the Home app. That's the thing in the keynote where they say like, hey, Apple Assistant, show me the door. And it like pulls up a video feed on your TV. Like that's the Logitech thing. So if this kind of worked like that, it was super tightly integrated, more secure and all that. Because haven't there been like Ring hacks? Wasn't there a whole story? Like a Ring doorbell was hacked. Amazon was like in a bunch of trouble. I thought that was a whole news cycle thing.
We talked about it.
I'm pretty sure there was a Ring doorbell that was hacked. Yeah. July 30th, 2024. Man hacks into Ring camera in 5-year-old boy's room.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would be willing to bet that Apple's like secure, whatever they call it, would be better than Amazon's with all that stuff. Even with Siri, Apple has been super privacy focused. Siri doesn't send your requests to the cloud like Alexa does. Sorry to trigger your Amazon devices. But that should be cool. I would definitely, if Apple made a floodlight camera for a driveway, I would buy that. I don't know about the indoor cameras. I've never been super huge on that.
I feel like it makes sense to have them on like in like an office room, like high value items. But like having like cameras in like the living room, the kitchen,
I've just never seen a need for that.
what? Like just interior cameras
Yeah.
in general. One thing I would like is like one by the front door, one by the back door.
That's fair.
Even on the outside though.
Oh, outside cameras, I'm 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like indoor cameras are a bit unnecessary.
They just need to make 3. They need to make a doorbell,
Mm-hmm.
a floodlight camera, and then the stick-up cameras for the corners of your house.
Or just like wherever. Just like
So
they
you
don't
can
need to have specified indoor or exterior cameras. Like they'll make a wall-mounted camera and call it a day. Put them wherever you want.
Yeah, but they need to make like a floodlight variant like Ring has.
Yeah, I agree.
But,
Those are pretty helpful.
Oh, Colt. And then the Apple doorbell.
Imagine Siri's voice. Please leave. You are not welcome here.
The new Apple Intelligence, like natural Siri voice.
We are calling 911. You have 10 seconds to run.
When you ring the doorbell, is it going to do like the Apple Intelligence glow?
Oh my gosh, that would be so
thing?
cool. I would buy
would
that
be
in a
nice.
heartbeat.
It's going to be stainless steel. Or no, it's going to be titanium.
Space grade titanium.
Space grade doorbell. That's going to be sick. Oh, it's going to have center stage too. It's going to like focus on the person.
I love Apple.
Yeah.
Speaking of Apple, yet again,
There's a lot
believe
of
that.
Apple news.
iPhone 17 Slim. So
Apparently, Apple is making a high-end iPhone 17 model called the iPhone Slim or the iPhone Air, and it's going to have a single rear-mounted camera, like one camera on the back. It will be crazy thin, slimmer than the iPhone 6 thin, like really, really thin, and it's supposed to cost more than the $1,200 Pro Max. Like wild. This is wild to me. Crazy
more than
thin
the Pro Max.
Yeah, more than $1,200 for one camera and crazy thinness. Like you're paying a ton of money for
a worse phone.
less features, but it's crazy thin. I've never understood the like my phone has to be thin.
Me neither.
If you told me I have a 15 Pro Max. I am completely used to this form factor, but for most people this is a chonker of a phone.
I don't like the Pro Max because of its length.
I don't know.
I just have small hands though.
If you told me though, we can make this 25% thicker, but put a 25% larger battery in it.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Give me the Energizer phone.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
It was like a 1-inch thick phone that lasted a month.
If that.
Yeah, I don't want a thin phone.
Me neither.
Battery, and I want thermals.
I liked my 12 mini, but it was a little too small.
And the battery was not. I don't know how you got good battery life out of that.
Battery life is just okay. Like 8-hour day. And I listen to music all the time with it. So Bluetooth and Spotify were always going.
Yeah.
Kind of impressive, honestly. I really wish they'd bring back the mini.
Also, durability-wise, I just don't like a paper-thin.
Yeah, you look at it wrong, it'll just like bend.
That was a thing. It was called Bendgate with the iPhone 6 because it snapped in half. And this is supposed to be thinner. So unless this is like the most reinforced
because
Mars
their titanium
grade,
is not good. No, it's not good. I snapped my titanium on my last 15.
Didn't Jerry Rig like struggle to break it?
No.
Or did it? I thought the glass snapped, but the titanium was.
No, the titanium is crap.
Did it crack?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
It is not good.
It feels nice in the hand, though.
It does feel nice.
Like when it's falling out of your hand, it feels.
With the case on.
It feels nice. I hope they don't come out with a 17 Slim because this is going to be like awful to explain.
I would much rather have just an SE phone versus a 17 Slim.
Yeah, make a paper thin phone with like mid-range internals and the one camera.
Yeah, like
make
last gen's chip, one camera,
do not
maybe two.
outprice the Pro Max with a phone that's worse,
Literally.
but it's thinner. Does not make sense. The information alleges that the iPhone 17 Pro is going to have an entire redesign.
Yeah.
It says aluminum frame on all models.
So they noticed that the titanium was bad.
Back from titanium. So we had that for 1 year. Aluminum frame. We haven't seen an aluminum frame since the iPhone 8.
Oh, because they went to stainless.
10 and up was all no. The 10R, 10R and 11 were aluminum frames.
Mm-hmm. And then it went to stainless.
No, hold on. The like 12 and 13 and 4, all the base models are aluminum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my bad. I don't know why. I don't know. Rectangular aluminum camera bump.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Crazy to me.
That's not going to happen.
I hope it doesn't look like the Pixel. Like
I promise you, that's not going to happen.
Rectangular.
They have the vertical camera layout so they can shoot spatial video like that.
Oh, you're right.
Like,
yeah,
this
they
isn't
wouldn't do
gonna
that then. When they said rectangular, what I thought it was going to be is rectangular going down. Like they just expand downwards.
That would make more sense.
Like the
S24.
S20 Ultra had like the long rectangle. Mm-hmm. That would be fine.
Yeah.
Like give me a fourth camera that's a like longer telephoto.
Yeah, like have the 3 and then one below the one on the left. Like 3 vertical and then the triangle. Like you have the triangle.
Oh, yeah.
Just one below the... Yeah.
Like the 3 going down and then one in the middle.
That makes so much more sense. They can't do a horizontal camera layout.
No, that'd just be blatant pixel design. Oh, yeah, the first comment. There's absolutely no universe in which the camera lenses are not next to each other, given how that's how they shoot spatial video.
That's okay. Well, that makes sense then.
Imagine if they just said, hey, never mind on the Vision Pro spatial video. No one does that, so we're just going to...
Honestly, that's such an Apple thing to do.
We're just going to forget about that.
Just rug pull the whole Vision Pro, because they're done with the Vision Pro, aren't they?
They're like cranking back production.
They pulled development on that hard.
Yeah. I have never once been working on anything in my day-to-day life and thought, you know what would make this easier? An Apple Vision Pro. I thought, you know what would make this easier? A MacBook Pro.
No, I've honestly
phone.
thought a Vision Pro would make this a much more enjoyable. Imagine while I'm at work. I work at a junkyard, right? So I'm always having to pull my phone out.
$3,500 piece of glass.
Listen, take off the glass front plate, put something plastic or aluminum there. Call it a day. Make it $2,500. Make it no front glass thing because that's cringe. And then give me that device, and I will use the absolute mess out of that thing at work. The amount of times I have to, because I work at a junkyard and everything is designed so differently. Like the engineers don't like mechanics. Just like get that in your head. Engineers do not like mechanics. I had to pull a dash out of a Chevy today. There were 89 bolts total, including the vents, the steering column, the brackets, the AC controls, the radio, everything. 89 nuts and bolts. And I had a YouTube video playing. My battery died 3 times at work today.
How do you charge it?
I have a little charger. It's like 3 inches long.
Nice.
And it plugs into the PC on the desk in the office.
Nice.
And it charges very slowly. But the Vision Pro,
the Apple MagSafe battery pack.
The only gate that blocks most people from the amount of customers that Apple would have for the Vision Pro, the gate is the $3,500 price point. It is so hard for people to justify essentially a beta product, like a first generation product for the price of a car.
Yeah, just a rich people toy.
That's it. That's all it's going to be until they drop the price.
Have you ever shot one spatial video?
I don't even know how to do that.
They made it a whole like camera tab.
Really?
Yeah. Photo, portrait, spatial.
Photo, portrait, pano.
Do you not have spatial video?
I haven't updated yet.
It's been on there for a while. No way it's just Pro Max.
That's believable.
No, it should be Pro. I don't know. I've taken one spatial video of the inside of a 2024 Acura TLX. And I thought one day I will relive this in a Vision Pro. And that day is nowhere near.
Yeah.
Last story of the episode. This is so cool.
This is pretty cool.
So Toyota has revealed a new custom pickup truck at the 2024 SEMA show in Las Vegas. It is a tailgate Tundra. They call it the Ultimate Tailgate Tundra. It is a new Toyota Tundra with a bunch of TVs that just pop out of it. There are 5 55-inch TVs that pop out in every angle
This is so niche. I love it.
3 of the TVs face backwards. 2 of them face to the sides.
There's a Silverado ad on this website.
That's funny. I wouldn't buy a Silverado. They don't have 5 TVs.
Literally.
But that's pretty much it. It's 5 TVs mounted to the back of a Tundra.
It's like a big tool rack, but with a bunch of TVs on it.
With speakers in the back.
It tidies up nice, though.
Yeah. It looks like one of those bed covers that makes your truck look like an SUV.
Yeah, it pretty much looks like that. Or like a camper tent.
Yeah.
All of the boys will gather around for, as The Verge puts it, a Halo 2 LAN party.
Imagine a LAN party.
That would be
with
so
5 TVs
fun.
out of the back of a truck.
It would go so much better than our LAN party. Yeah, so I don't have a network switch at home, so we decided to plug our Ethernet cables all into our router. And that was a very bad idea. Overloaded our entire network, and they gave us a call.
Did they really?
Yeah.
You never told me that.
Yeah, the day after that my dad was like, why did I just get a call from AT&T about something overload? And I was like, well, we did have like 3 10-gig Ethernet cables running from it for hours. Remember when we tried to boot into Apex and it just would not match? It would not let us join the same party and matchmake. It would kick one of us.
Was that why?
Yeah. It was just too much. So if you're going to have a LAN party, make sure you have a network switch or your router will yell at you.
Just put a Starlink on top of the Tundra. And
that would be so fun.
Does it run off the engine?
Honestly, it probably.
And
I don't know. 55 or 5 TVs that are probably 4K.
The Tundra also features a bespoke JBL Club Marine stereo audio system with 4 speakers, 2 subwoofers, and an onboard satellite Wi-Fi system to connect and stream broadcast channels. This is sick. Toyota Marketing VP Mike Tripp said the Ultimate Tailgate Tundra celebrates the automaker's NFL partnership and showcases just one of the many lifestyle applications for the truck. This is awesome. NFL broadcasting built in, 6 speakers. If they made a production variant of this,
that would be crazy.
This would be incredible.
I wonder if you can custom order that.
Someone should build it because they're not going to sell this. It's just
it's a SEMA build.
Publicity stunt.
Yeah, it's a SEMA build.
Unfortunately, but no, this can't be that hard to make. Just put a bunch of swiveling TV arms all on a metal box. This can't be that hard.
It's got to have enough juice to it. It's got to not blow your battery up. Got to not blow your alternator up.
Oh, yeah. I guess it just runs off like your running engine for the whole. Does 5 TVs draw that much power?
More than your 12-volt cigarette lighter will provide.
But if you ran it off of like a normal wall outlet in the back of your bed, like all the new trucks have, would you be fine?
5 TVs? No. Because you can overload an outlet. Like, people's houses have gotten fire because they plug too many Christmas lights into a power strip. That's plugged into a power strip.
Yeah, as you set up for Christmas, there's your tech safety PSA.
Yeah, tech tip.
Don't plug all your Christmas lights into one cheap power strip.
Yeah, get one with a circuit breaker.
And don't buy a power strip and then put like little splitter extenders in every outlet and turn a 5-outlet strip into a 15-outlet strip.
Yeah.
Generally not a good idea.
But if you feel the need, get a power strip with surge protection. Anyways,
hold on. Did you see the Amazon power strip that has 50 outlets? You plug it into the wall and it's just a big pad of 50 outlets all plugged into one. So what we need to do is just like plug 50 PCs into that.
No, plug 50 packs into them.
So 50 times 50, that's 2,500. And then plug 2,500 PCs. This is what Linus needs to do.
How many? Okay, that's actually a good video idea. How many PCs can we plug into one outlet?
2,500 outlets.
The energy bill. Oh my god.
It would just blow your whole circuit before you could even
I'd switch the breaker.
Power anything on.
I guarantee you 3 PCs off one outlet and flip the breaker.
That's a shame.
There's ways of making breakers not flip.
The energy company would be pulling an AT&T. They would just like drive to your house.
They just walk in. Where's the circuit breaker? It's in the garage. Why? They open it and they just see the circuit just taped open.
What if you ran a mining farm off of this?
That would be hilarious.
This is not part of the safety PSA.
No, don't do this.
Burn your house down.
Do not listen to us. This is not a tech tip. This is a tech don't.
Hey, if you want to do this, though, in a controlled environment with your own power grid, you can reach out to us on the platform with the CEO that now works in the Department of Government Efficiency.
All right.
Twitter, X, I'm at Utterly Drew.
I'm at Cole WW Webb.
We will see you on the next one.
Happy holidays. Bye, guys.